Sandeep Shastri, would this then be a different, the problem with the Congress is they very often get carried away very easily. We saw that in 2018, they won those 3 assembly elections and then they were convinced that Modi khatam. So is that something that you have to be wary about, that the Congress's ability to spin a narrative or to start believing its own narrative is much higher than their actual reality and the actual ability to win and the actual ability to deliver? They get carried away very easily.
Rahul, I have been very interestingly hearing out what was being said. The Karnataka-Telangana comparison is interesting, but let's also remember that in Karnataka, the Congress started their campaign right from the time the 2018 election happened. Whereas in Telangana, the Congress has woken up very late in the day, and that's why we believe, though they may have made spectacular progress in the limited time, the feeling is that it may not be enough in terms of being able to unseat the government. They would be improving tremendously, but that is not enough in terms of defeating the ruling party. Also, the other point you made about the percentage of votes each of these parties had in the last election and comparing it now, I would say that there we are a little unfair to the Congress, because in the last election, the Congress was one player, but this time they have clearly and critically become the key rival to the BRS. So that makes a huge difference, and I would not just do a projection of the votes share they got last time, because this time the nature of the battle is very different.
Sure, but also the fact that they woke up largely after Karnataka, and they woke up when during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, they actually saw a lot of people come out to Rahul Gandhi's Yatra and then say, okay, the Congress is still present in Telangana, it's not as if they completely collapsed. That's why a lot of Congress leaders actually started believing that this is possible. Earlier, they'd pretty much given up hope, and it seemed more like a BJP versus BRS battle. And even the Congress seemed to have just kind of resigned itself to its fate. Now, I want to go across Syed Zafar Islam on the significance of northern Telangana, because what a lot of top BJP leaders, when I've been meeting them over the last few days, have been saying that in northern Telangana in particular, they believe that they are the principal opponent to the BRS, and they think that not just will they do well, that the Congress will be coming third, and therefore this whole narrative that the BJP is third, the BRS is first, and the Congress second may not come to be true. And would you acknowledge that to some extent, this perception that the BJP and the BRS are somehow in cahoots, and even though at the highest levels, from the Prime Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah, several have tried to counter that, somehow in the mind of the people of Telangana, this idea has entered that the BRS and the BJP seem to be batting for each other?
Well, Rahul, Congress planted this story that we are together. Fact that the Congress is together with the BRS, and there is a strong anti-incumbency against BRS, and that's why they have purposely done it. Having said that, as you rightly pointed out, and your conversation with some of our BJP, one of our top leaders with you, we are absolutely confident. We have done a survey, independent of all the agencies we just surveyed. It's an independent survey. Based on that survey, I can say with conviction that on 3rd of December, Bharatiya Janata Party will emerge as a party which has the potential to lead the government in state of Telangana. Because there are two reasons. So on a seat-to-seat basis, I mean, we are not going by what feedback Congress we see on the television. We go by each and every seat, what is the feedback we have from the agency which has done for our survey. And everywhere we find that either we are fighting with Congress or BRS, but we are number one or number two. And what strategy we have put in place last few days. And I'm sure that will work out best for us, because, and it was so apparent yesterday when we organized this roadshow for the Honorable Prime Minister. We were expecting that 40,000 people will come, but eventually 75,000 plus people had turned up. And it was a massive success, and that suggests that there is a momentum for us. There is an undercurrent, and whatever being spoken by Congress Party or BRS, eventually they will fail, because they are the people who are working behind behind the curtain as one
Okay.
party, and they are trying to damage us. But people have understood.
Khalikur
They
Rahman,
understand
do you
better.
buy this argument that if you'd replaced more MLAs and brought in fresher faces, the anti-incumbency is more against your local MLAs and ministers? You probably would have had a better chance. It wouldn't have been so tough as it is now had you just been more ruthless in your ticket distribution.
No, Rahul, because we have done, the complete analysis and the evaluation of every single constituency, every single MLA, and then we also did a lot of surveys before, finalizing on our candidates and before renominating them. And it is only after evaluating when we got the reports, the ground reports, and also the reports from the people, that is when they were, renominated. And we are absolutely confident about the victory of these MLAs, and we are going to, win at least about 95 seats, this time. And let me tell you, there are about 24 seats in the GHMC. Out of 24, we are absolutely confident of winning 15 plus seats here. And the northern Telangana, yeah.
Okay, it will be interesting to see what finally happens on the 30th. You want to complete, Khalikur? Because I'm running out of time. I just want to give you 20 seconds to wrap up, because yours is the party that's under pressure. This is your election to win or lose.
Rahul, 10 seconds.
Sir, time khatam. Arey, Congress ko ab जनता को बोलने दो. Sir, आपका हो गया time. Let the people now speak. Whether they speak loudly enough or not, we'll see.
10 सेकंड दे दो. हम जीत रहे हैं.
अरे अभी आप रुक जाओ. आपको 30 को ही बात करेंगे.
10 सेकंड दे दो. 10 सेकंड.
Mr. Khalikur Rahman, you should be objecting to when he's saying it. You should fight back.
Push
him and punch him harder. He's saying he's the jeetne wala party. You're not even objecting.
You give him the time. Let him have the pleasure of talking before December 3rd. Because
He's saying Congress will talk on TV, BRS will talk at the polling booth. 20 seconds. Rohan Gupta, final words.
We will see it on 3rd. India had one bad day on World Cup final day. India has all other good days. We will work like India, and we will जो India की हार हुई हम जीत के दिखाएंगे यहाँ पे. धन्यवाद.
It's very ironical that you mentioned India, because India did seem like they were going to win, and in the end they didn't. So it will be interesting to see if it ends that same way or if it actually ends differently. We'll track the Telangana elections very, very closely. To all my guests for joining me, thank you.